All right, what's up, everyone? I wanted to shoot a video really quick on an experience I had today at a place that I go to that to get my hair cut every now and then. And I have an assignment tomorrow, so I wanted to be fresh and look good. Also, I'm going to a dance tonight, so I was looking like a wildebeest out here in these streets, so I had to go get trimmed up. But anyways, I go into the establishment and I it's a school, so I like to get my haircuts at schools. You let the students learn and partake in a little bit of a lesser cost haircut. Anyways, as a lot of you all know, I currently am interpreting for a client who is becoming a hair professional. So I have been learning all those fancy words and shear cutting and clipper cutting and all of that. So I'm about a professional now. I'm pretty much low key a barber, but I'm really not. So I'm not cutting anybody's hair. But anyway, so I go in there and I get a student who doesn't speak English very well. And so I'm in there and I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. She puts the cape on me and forgets to put a little neck strip on to prevent, contact from the cape to the neck. And so I was like, oh, uh-oh, because, I know, because, I know what the steps are supposed to be. So, in my head, I'm like, oh, snap. So I'm a little nervous, and she's asking me, hey, how you want to get your hair cut? And I'm just like, oh, I like a fade. And we both kind of look at each other. And she's like, well, how high do you want to go? And then communication just started getting really like distant. And so I was just like, I don't really know how to explain what I want, knowing that there's a communication barrier. So I kind of paused, like like a hot 40 seconds. Like I'm just like, and half of me is like, maybe I should go because I don't know, my haircut's gonna be jacked up. I don't know, what should I do? And then the lady was like, picture, do you have a picture? And I was like, oh, I can look up a picture, sure. And so I look up a picture of a nice fade that I like, and I show it to her. So she sets it down on the counter. She proceeds to start going in with the clippers. And, once again, I'm a pro at this, right? Because, I've been interpreting for it for 9 months, or so I think. And I'm like, okay, well, she didn't start at the base. She didn't put a line in, take a line out. She didn't, she's not using blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, this cut's gonna be so bad. But in my head, I'm like, you know what, Mario, it's a school. Trust the student, trust the teachers to do what they need to do. And so we continue on, and then she requests help from one of the teachers because fade is probably one of the hardest cuts to do, especially if you are still learning it. So I expected her to ask the teacher, and so one teacher came over, and the other teacher's like, well, let me get you. I'm about to go. Let me get the other teacher. She's really, really good at it. I said, okay, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. And so, just respecting the system. But anyways, the cut gets done, and talking back and forth and all that, and I told her she did a really, really good job, and I kind of realized I had a moment where talking to her, I was like, you know what? In my line of work, I actually have a client who's doing the same thing you're doing. And I've been with this client for almost 9 months now. And they're going to be graduating soon. And she has the same issues with communicating with other people. I said, but you're very, very patient. And I appreciate you just out here trying, really, and doing the best that you can do. And another lady overheard me telling her that. And she was like, I really like how you encouraged her. I said, it has to be hard living in America sometimes because we just expect everybody to communicate the way that we communicate with everybody. But we're truly a nation of integration. There's so many different cultures here. And so I asked her, back to the student that helped me, I asked her, well, what is your main language? And she told me it was Farsi. So something Middle Eastern. I said, okay, cool, cool, cool. And so we chat as much as we could, but I just realized, we can't assume somebody to communicate like we communicate. We have to meet them and I don't know, just be open. That's the whole nature. I think that's the same thing with sign language, is because I think a lot of deaf and hard of hearing, a lot of times hearing people will just be like, they need to read my lips. They need to figure out what English is, instead of us trying to find a way to communicate with them, because it's as if they're a foreigner in their own land because of the difference in the language. So I was just kind of encouraged today and kind of inspired to see other people out here of different nationalities and out here trying to do the things that they love to do and get their career. And I love seeing people do that. And I'm privileged to be able to help people achieve that in the work that I do. And it just shows, we still have a lot of work to do as people, just making sure that we remain patient. I know inside of us, like even myself, even though I do this every day, part of me was like, oh, I don't think she's gonna be able to. I don't think this is gonna happen. And then we just make all these assumptions based off the person doesn't communicate like we do. But that doesn't mean that they're unskilled. So, now I'm ready to go. I got a fresh cut. I'm looking real good, ready to go because I looked like a wildebeest earlier, ready to get the things I need to get done. And, met a new friend along the way. So I just wanted to throw that out there and encourage everybody just to let people be people and communicate in the way that you can and shine on, love on. All right. Take care. Sorry I didn't put this in sign language. Maybe I'll add some captionings to it. I attempted to sign and talk, but it wasn't going to work, me signing and talking. So I'm going to have to caption or go back and sign it for my deaf friends out here. All right, but take care. Y'all have a great weekend.